Greetings, Redheads. Greetings. Thank you for joining me in another episode of your favorite show, the one, the only Reds View. Of course, I am your gracious host, Jay Red. Hopefully, everybody's having a productive week. I know you missed me yesterday. Did y'all miss me yesterday? Family, did y'all miss me yesterday? I bet you did. Had some stuff going on and I had to get fresh and clean for you real sharp so we can have a good discussion tonight. Let me make sure before I begin. Let me hop on live on Instagram. Let me hop live on Instagram. So boom, we are live on Instagram right there, right there. But anyway, man, thank y'all for joining me on tonight's broadcast. If you have not already, make sure that you subscribe to youtube.com/RedsView. Again, that is youtube.com/RedsView. It's going across right there. Also on tonight's broadcast, feel free to hit the like button or the dislike button. It is all good as long as we get some engagement. As long, family, as we get some interaction. And of course, if you're watching on Facebook right now, hit that like button. Let me see those likes, those emojis. Make sure you hit the share button on Facebook as well. Make sure you share, and that's how we get the show out there and get more traction. We're trying to get that traction up, you know what I'm saying? So make sure that you do all that. So a lot to discuss tonight. We're going to touch on some politics, and then of course we're going to talk about all the stuff in the music industry. So yeah, let's, without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this tonight. So I have this title and it says Kamala Harris, Obama 2.0. Kamala Harris, is she Obama 2.0? Now, what do I mean by that? So for those who've been hiding under a rock, last night and the night before, also tonight, the DNC, that Democratic National Convention, is going on. And a lot of people have talked about it. Some people are excited, rightfully so. The Democrats, of course, if you are a Democrat, welcome into this space. Let's talk politics. I want to talk about that for a portion of tonight's broadcast. So let me throw this disclaimer out. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm nonpartisan. I'm independent. I'm not in either party. But this program for tonight's broadcast is to discuss the black vote. We're going to talk about the black vote, okay? I'm a foundational Black American, and I want to talk about the black vote. The reason that, and some people are just like, man, why do you always go in on the Democrats? Why do you talk about them without addressing the Republicans or Donald Trump? And I said this is the reason why. The Democrats traditionally for the black community have always been the ones that you point at and say, vote for them, vote blue, no matter who. I've always been told you're not black if you're not Democrat. Republicans are evil. Democrats are for black people and all this other stuff. And until I grew up and got a mind of my own and started researching and just saw, okay, who's providing tangibles for me? Because if you're saying that Republicans are racist, so are Democrats. They're racist as well. So you have to choose who you are going to support. You can also choose from the independent party as well. But tonight's broadcast, we're talking about the DNC and we're talking about the black vote. I want to be crystal clear with that. I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm not talking about people of color. I'm talking about the black vote. All right. So when I criticize Kamala, they're shoved down our throats. When I get on my timeline, I don't ever see people from the right wing saying, hey, you need to vote for us because your ancestors died for you to have the right to vote. I'm seeing the Democrats do that. The vote blue, no matter who crew. So I'm addressing them since they want to get my vote, or they say that they want to get my vote. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, before I begin this video, I just want to show something that Dr. Claude Anderson, I don't know if anybody is aware on my show who he is. You should know. If not, you're going to find out. Let me show you something from the legendary Dr. Claude Anderson. I want you to hear what he has to say as far as voting goes for the black community. This is very essential. This is very important. This is what I stand on, and then I'll talk about the DNC.
Democratic Party has never explained to black people in this country
and
that they're going to practice politics based on the simple premise of what politics is in place for. Politics is a process that decides who will get what benefits out of life, and who's going to get it and how they're going to get it. And yet the Democratic Party has never told black folk that. And so what you should be voting for out there is not for a political candidate based on his personality. Well, I like this candidate for this reason. I like that for that reason. You should be saying, I want to pick the person who's going to provide the most benefits to black people. If they're not going to provide any benefits to black folk, why are you voting? You go to the supermarket and you go in there and you starve to death. You need some groceries. You go to the supermarket, walk up to the cashier and give him $50. Say, I'm buying $50 worth of food, and you don't have to give me anything for it. Just take the $50 and I'm going back by my business. See, that's what the Democrats are doing. And black people don't understand that the Democratic Party has never, ever done anything in the history of this nation to be effectively do something for black folk. Democratic Party is negligent. They're using black folk to pimp and hustle black folk. Why am I saying that? Because the Democratic Party right now is made up, their voting strength comes from black people. Black people make up about 38 to 40% of the Democratic Party. And yet they never get anything out of it. Not one penny is sent to black folk to repay them for putting a candidate in office. Now, black folk want to play and win. As I say, they should get out of both parties and go start their own party. Quit running around voting for people based on personalities. And because he's associated with this, he's associated with that.
A bar. Voting for people with personalities. Continue.
Done anything for black folk in approvable, measurable terms to elevate the quality of life and the wealth holding for black folk, don't vote for them. Don't vote for anybody who won't support you. And so right now, don't listen to the ministers or civil rights leaders or any water leg politicians that won't stand up for you. Democratic Party.
Boom. Bars from the legendary Dr. Claude Anderson. Shout out to the credit card. Oh, Maestro. What up, bro? What up, Maestro? He's speaking the truth. Exactly. That's brother Dr. Claude Anderson, a legend. I have a couple of his books. This one right here, Powernomics. If you black and you want to know how to increase black wealth and what we should do with black wealth, I suggest that you get this book. You can get it directly from his website. I'm not sure if it's on Amazon, but man, dope scholar. We should have been following this man's plan 30 years ago. We would be better and more beneficial than we are now today. But anyway, so at the DNC, I wanted to play that disclaimer just to let everybody know where I stand. That's exactly where I stand. But at the DNC yesterday, they had celebrities, of course, and I know it serves as a pep rally for the Democrats, just like the RNC. I think that was a circus, of course, in a white way. But I also think the DNC, that convention was a circus as well. But I'm talking about the DNC because they want the black vote. So, of course, they brought out celebrities. I saw DJ Cassidy was there. I saw Common was there performing. Nothing wrong with Common there performing. And like I said before, there's nothing wrong with celebrities performing. Rappers, singers, whoever wants to perform. There's not a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that. However, I think it's a time and place for certain things, i.e. Megan Thee Stallion twerking. But they had Lil Jon. Lil Jon was there, turned down for what? You know, and it's a big party and all that other stuff, right? Hey, the RNC, the Republicans had Hulk Hogan. They had their celebrities there. I think they had Kid Rock performing. I don't see a problem with people performing at these rallies, these conventions. I don't think that's a problem. My big issue with this wasn't Lil Jon. I mean, you know, give or take, you take that with a grain of salt, but it wasn't Lil Jon. It wasn't Common. It wasn't DJ Cassidy. I didn't watch everybody. I think the other part of it, part 3, is going on tonight. My problem was with the Obamas. Because the Democrats are at a standstill right now with the black community. The streets, the grassroots. I don't care what CNN has to say, MSNBC, whoever these media outlets are, they're designed to shift the narrative, whether it's Trump, Kamala, whoever. But when you go and ask regular people how they feel and stuff like that, Kamala really don't have a supporting base like that. Not for real. Trump does. And this is from observation, but Kamala, not so much. So what they're doing is trying to make her Obama 2.0. They're putting that black woman role on her. They're shoving her down our throats. And the difference between her and Obama is that Obama is actually a black man. Now, he's not a FBA, Foundation of Black American man, but he's a black man nonetheless. Kamala, the only thing people are running with is that she's half Jamaican. because her father was born in Jamaica, but he's not, that's the nationality. He's not Afro-Jamaican. It's very questionable. So what they're trying to do is have Michelle Obama, they have Barack Obama on there talking. And one thing that was, I think, is a setback, because I saw social media reacting. Thank God it's not everybody, but you know, this is what Michelle Obama had to say at the Democratic National Convention. So listen to this.
For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us.
Of course, she's talking about Donald Trump.
See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who...
Oh, let me scroll past. Let me get to the good part.
That the job he's currently seeking. Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
Oh Lord, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Oh yes, Queen! Look at that! Let me go back to that. Let me go back to that. Look like she was about to catch the Holy Spirit. Look at that! Look at that black lady in the audience. Who's gonna tell them? Now you want to play slow? I'm just trying to play it again. Come on, man! What is going on? My computer is buffering because that was so much BS right there. That's what it goes to show you. You see, my computer is buffering right now because of that. My Wi-Fi ain't even working. That's how crazy that was. Let me see. Come on, you want to work now? Let me refresh the page. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go.
For you know, who's gonna tell him? Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
He said something right there. Cut it out. Cut it out. Symbolism. That right there is what you call symbolism. That's enough for everybody black to rally behind and to just salute and catch the Holy Ghost and get to buck dancing and all this other stuff. Black people, they think that, and we are symbolic people, I can't lie. But that right there, having the Obamas out there, if you notice, the main thing was why Trump shouldn't be in office. There aren't policies in place for the Democrats right now. The main thing they're riding off of is why Trump shouldn't be in office, because that's all I heard. The clips that, now to be fair, I didn't hear everything, but the clips that I heard is taking shots at Trump, which rightfully so. I mean, Trump is taking shots at them too. But if you go to Trump's website, he has policies. He's laid out his policies, whether you agree with them or not. He laid out his policies. Now, Kamala laid out her economic policies, I think, but not her. I think on her website, she still doesn't have them. But my thing is, why are we talking about, if you want the black vote, you're telling me why I shouldn't vote for Trump instead of why I should vote for you? Outside of me being dumb, stupid, ignorant, I don't know what I'm talking about. If I'm so dumb, stupid, and ignorant, why do you want my vote? Why do you want my vote? Not the Holy Spirit. Yes, sir, Jamal. What up, Jamal? My little bro, Jamal. You said it's pathetic mediocrity. Yeah, exactly. You saw that? Ooh, she said something, the Holy Spirit. Like, bro, like, it's ridiculous. But see, that right there touches a certain demographic. Those church-going, baby boomer type of Negroes that were raised off of vote blue no matter who. You know, those are those type of people. I feel like Generation X starts to dwindle off into something different. But millennials, we standing on business. And you just not going to be able to get our vote like that without providing any tangibles. That right there, they are trying to be strategic by bringing out Megan Thee Stallion, saying, okay, we can reach the black folks like that, right? Then we get the Obamas to co-sign and endorse Kamala, because, you know, they weren't doing that at first, but they're trying to kick it in overdrive right now. So that's supposed to sweep black folks off of their feet and have us vote for Kamala Harris. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it, because I'm not about to be snapping my fingers. But my thing is this: I want to ask black people, why should we vote for Kamala if we're not provided any tangibles? That makes absolutely no sense, Because the main thing, if you talk about the Democrats, if you talk about, hey, we need policies, we need tangibles, these people will literally call you stupid. And they'll give you the reason why you shouldn't vote for Trump. Well, you must be a Trump supporter. Do you want Trump to get in office? Project 2025. Listen, bro, we've been living in Project 1619 since forever. Project 1961, Project 1908, Project what, bro, Project 2025. They're going to do it anyway, whether it's Republicans or Democrats. But that's not a boogeyman. See, last time Trump was the boogeyman. He's still to a degree a boogeyman. But now they're trying to make that Project 2025 like we're supposed to be shaking in our boots. What is in that document, in that 900-page document, that I should be worried about as a foundation of Black American that they're not doing to me already? What do I have to be afraid of? What do I have to look? Because there's nothing to gain for me voting for Kamala Harris. She already said out of her own mouth she's not doing nothing for Black folks. We've seen it. Now, you've had Democratic shills try to chop it up and act like she didn't say what she said. It's plain as day what she said, because it goes from she can't do anything for just Black people. Then I bring up the Stop Asian Hate Crime Bill, the Asian Hate Crime Bill. Crickets. They don't have anything to say. Then it goes into, they're not going to give us nothing as Black folks. So why am I voting? Why am I voting if they're not going to give anything to me? That makes absolutely zero sense, ladies and gentlemen. Polar Bear Flair, you said, I felt they delivered a good message last night. It was a pun on the original sender's message, not truly hers. That was only one moment. The totality, I'm not. Yeah. Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. See, the thing is, somebody said Trump 2024. Who's that? Ophelia? Yeah, look, I'm not one of those people to shun you for what you're voting for. I'm just saying, if you're Black and you're voting, you should vote for a policy. Neither Trump nor Kamala is providing that. So why the hell should we vote for him? I'm talking about both parties. Now, if Kamala tonight says that she has a whole rollout ready for foundation of Black Americans, and they're tangibles, she got my vote for sure. If she doesn't and Trump decides that he wants to do it, he has my vote. I don't care if he's racist or not. Kamala's just as racist as he is. She's not a Black woman. She is not a Black woman. She's not. My mama's Black. My grandma was Black. My aunties are Black. My fiance is Black. Kamala ain't Black. Her dad is of Jamaican descent. I mean, he was born in Jamaica, but that man is an Afro-Jamaican. His mama's side owned slaves. Like, you can look this up, but yeah, what y'all saying? You said, I don't pay attention to too much politics. Want to change your life? Got to do it on your own. Yes, sir. I don't pay attention. Got to do it on your own. Oh, that must have posted twice. But yeah, for sure, man. Like, so my thing is, they're trying to make Kamala this Obama 2.0, and we're supposed to jump on the bandwagon. That's the problem that we fell into last time, because Obama didn't do nothing for Black folks. We voted him in, and then we expected something. I learned from that last time. I'm not letting a Black face in a high place determine my vote. I'm not letting a Black face in a high place determine my vote. If you provide tangibles, whether you're white, Asian, Hispanic, Black, whatever, that's how you get my vote. So y'all can party at the DNC, have all the fun that you want, but until you provide something tangible for Black folks. And one thing that's interesting, Tariq Nasheed has a hidden history museum in California. He sent an invite out for Donald Trump and Kamala Harris to come to the Hidden History Museum to have a discussion about policies for Foundation of Black Americans. Genius idea. From my understanding, Trump's people are trying to put something together for that to happen. Kamala's, not so much. I'm not hearing anything from that. So, Black folks, you want to know why I go in on the Democrats so much? Is because the Democrats are advertised to us as Black folks to vote for them. Republicans, not so much. They give you the policy, and if you roll with it, you roll with it. If you rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't, you don't. But the Democrats are the ones that want or say that this is who you need to be voting for. The Democrats are the ones that say you're silly if you don't vote for me. And they call you names. Which brings me to hold on a second. to Roland Martin. Roland Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Now, everybody should know who Roland Martin is. He's a hardcore Democratic shill. And I got some type of respect for Roland, but Roland recently got ran up on by a Chicagoan. Now, this guy, his name is Jamal Green, I want to say. Let me show you first what led up to this. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, Jamal Green. Let me share this with y'all real quick. I know some of y'all probably heard about it, but Roland has a thing to where he likes to call people stupid and dumb and cussing at us, making sure that we get our votes in for the Democrats. He goes off on black folks, calling us stupid. This is what happened first that led up to this. Okay, here it goes. This is proper context to what led up to this. Fair use. Fair use. Now listen to what he said. He called him an idiot. He's talking about Jamal Green. Listen to this. And you see, he said black dude. Why he have to say something black dude like that? That's weird. Jamal Green. You see how he's calling them names, silly ass. Okay, so you hear him calling him a fool and all this other stuff, right? So basically, they were talking about that document, and in the fine print, because they said that's something that Kamala Harris was trying to do for black folks, first time homeowners, right? Because that's supposed to help benefit black folks and not directly for black folks. Jamal Green showed to where it said immigrants, first generation. First generation. So that doesn't mean your black ass. They're talking about first generation. So that means immigrants. So he broke that down. Now, what it ended up happening, since he was calling them stupid, all that stuff, right? Let me show you what ended up happening, because the guy said, hey, you got that Democratic convention or whatever happening at a church in Chicago. So he said, I'm gonna see you when I see you. Let me show y'all the footage. And this isn't condoning any violence because nothing bad happened, but Roland got ran up on.
Oh, hold on 1 second. No, ain't no. I gave you enough pictures. I gave you enough pictures. Yesterday, you tweeted about
that's Jamal Green in the green shirt. That's Roland kind of backing up.
You tweeted, you called me dumb yesterday, right? First of all, you called me dumb. Say what you got to say right now.
That's Rolly. That's Rolly right there. It's all good. It's all good. Let me go back.
Say what you got to say right now. Say what you got to say.
So, man, Roland Martin had a lesson learned that day. And you see him bucking his eyes as soon as Jamal ran up on him. Hold on, let me go back to that. Did y'all see that? Did it share? We can hear you. Can't hear. Oh, can y'all hear me now? Okay, we can hear now. Okay, got you. All right. But yeah, Roland got ran up on, man. And hold on a second. When he got ran up on, look at this. Those eyes got the bucking. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So yeah, man, that just goes to show you that calling people stupid, dumb, and ignorant because we don't agree with something that you said as a man, right? One thing I don't do, and I try to stay away from, especially because 2 weeks ago I got my Instagram locked out. They had kicked me off Instagram for like, I think I got suspended for like 30 minutes because I called somebody a dummy. And yeah, they didn't like that. So I had to get my page back, thank God. And I've learned from that. But anyway, when you call somebody stupid out their name or whatever, especially when it comes to like politics and all this other stuff, man, you got to stand on it. And the internet, they always say the internet isn't a real place. I know that if I say something about an individual, that's why you see me debate with people online. But the moment it would get too serious, I just tap out because I'm not about to fight nobody over something like that. You know what I'm saying? It will make you want to fight somebody, not unless you're threatening me, but I'm not about to. First of all, it's stupid because the feds are watching and you're held liable for what you say online, but I'm not about to do that. And especially if I know somebody would pull up on me, you're not safe, especially if you're a public figure. So calling that man stupid and dumb because y'all have a disagreement when the man he ran for mayor, he's in politics just like you are. It's okay. If you want to do that, fine, but you'll get ran up on. Everybody ain't finna go and tongue wrestle with you on the internet. Some people gonna want to pull up, especially if you call a grown man out of his name. Like that's just, it is what it is. You don't hear me calling other rappers. I don't even know these rappers personally that I talk about. I don't call anybody stupid, call anybody dumb. I may think that they make dumb decisions or stupid, but I refrain from calling people out their name because violence can happen. Certain situations can happen. But it was funny, like, because Roland talks a lot of what do they say? A lot of checks that your ass can, your mouth talks a lot of checks that your ass can't cash. That's real. That's some real stuff. So he got ran up on in Chicago. Now I saw it was some people just like, he shouldn't have ran up on that middle-aged man or whatever. No. Older people should not feel the right that they have the right to talk down on younger people. I'm a grown man at the end of the day. I pay my taxes just like you do. I have in his situation, he got a family just like you do. You know what I'm saying? What he say? Pull up to the W looking for. Yeah, I'll be DJing at the W. Yeah, y'all pull up looking for me. Hey, I keep that thing on me. So I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. If you disagree with something I say, I'm just letting you know I keep security. And I'm not talking about no man standing by me. I keep security, if you know what I mean. But anyway, but yeah, you just got to be ready for the consequences. I know doing my show that people could disagree with me all day. They might not like what I say, but I don't be disrespectful to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like if they take it as disrespect, it is what it is. I had a situation with Bow Wow. Do y'all remember that? Who are my Reds View Day Oneers? Who are my Reds View Day Oneers that remember when Bow Wow came into my DMs and threatened me? I told him what it was, and then he changed it up. I think I still got the DMs if I remember. But yeah, Bow Wow didn't like what PM had said, but responded to me. And I'm just like, hey, that sound like a threat that you're doing. No, it ain't threat. I'm just that. Yeah, Maya, you remember that Bow Wow moment? Yeah. Now, thing is, that's a perfect situation. I know I'm aware of what I say. PM has said that I think Bow Wow should die, all that. I didn't say that, but since it was on my show, I had to go. I'm like, okay, I'll take the bullet for that. But if you're talking about threatening me, then that's a whole nother situation. But yeah, you remember that Bow Wow moment. Actually, I tried to get Bow Wow on the show after that. But yeah, I'll have to re-share that link for y'all to see that. That was crazy. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, Roland Martin had got dealt with. Now let's move on to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey says he doesn't want tangibles from Kamala. Steve Harvey said that he does not want tangibles from Kamala, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me show y'all, because I think this happened in Atlanta. I'm not sure. Steve Harvey had a conversation with Kamala Harris recently, and this was so disturbing to me as a black man. Now it says PBS NewsHour. Hopefully I don't get a copyright infringement on this, but just listen to this. Hopefully I'm not, but this is fair use. This is fair use. YouTube, this is fair use for the purpose of spreading news. Fair use. Listen to this.
You can be president too with a criminal record, so that's a nice exchange. Ain't that kind of? Look, I've been reading this paper because I got to stay to the. I got a headache trying to stay on course. So just let me go off this paper for a minute. Before y'all start calling my radio show and DMing me, talking about why you ain't asked no hard-hitting questions, that ain't what this is. I'm throwing a lob. This is an alley-oop for a dunk, because this administration needs to get the word out of what they're actually doing and what they're actually accomplishing, so we can stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for black people.
See, you heard what he said. Stop all this foolishness on what you're doing for black people. Let's keep going.
Can't nobody come out with no agenda and call it this for black people and expect to get in the White House.
You heard that? He said, can't nobody call out an agenda just for black people and expect to get in the White House.
To play the game different. Y'all know what this is. So now this next question is another lob for Honey Dunk. Because they done a lot, man. But we see, I'm on this radio show. I'm hearing all these people talking about, I'm not voting if they not doing nothing for us. Listen to me. If you do not vote, the analytics will show. They know how many women vote, they know the age you are when you vote. If we don't vote, how are we going to ask for something next time?
I got to cut it off. Ladies and gentlemen, if we don't vote, how are we going to ask for something next time? Because if we don't vote, how are we going to ask for something next time? They pay attention to the analytics and all. If that ain't the old, a Sambo thing to say, I don't know what is. What do you mean, Steve Harvey? That man sat there and clear as day with Kamala right there saying, hey, we shouldn't be asking her nothing specifically for black folks. See, when Kamala told us that she wasn't doing nothing for black folks, you have black folks trying to reconstruct what she said. Well, no, she didn't mean what she said. She meant to say, she told us this, and y'all try to renege and speak up for her like she didn't say that. And Steve Harvey now is telling you that we shouldn't vote. I mean, that she shouldn't give anything specifically for us. So it goes for, we should vote for her because she ain't giving us nothing. She's not giving us anything, and they're not going to get her into office. They're not going to let her into office if we hold her accountable for giving us something. Because they pay attention to the analytics. And if we don't vote, then that means that we won't get nothing. That makes absolutely, positively no sense, ladies and gentlemen. No sense whatsoever. Like, I get tired of this, man. And it's these old Negroes that be on this stuff, man. Harvey been weird since writing that Thinking Like a Man. Oh, yeah. Since Thinking Like a Man. Yeah, he has. Steve Harvey, and I'm glad Kevin Samuels had called him out for that BS. I was so glad that he did. Steve Harvey wanted to benefit off the struggles of black women dating. That's all that. I've made videos about that for sure. But yeah, he's a weirdo for saying that. So they're not going to give us anything if we don't vote. So let me get this straight. Hold on. If we're not going to get anything, right? They're not going to let someone in office that has an agenda for black folks. But if we don't vote, then we won't get anything anyway, because they'll see that our vote isn't serious. What does that literally, y'all in the comments, let me know, does that make sense? If you do not vote, they're going to pay attention to the analytics and see that since black folks didn't vote, we're not going to give them anything. But you're saying that we can't get nothing anyway. So where do we get to a point to where we do? So we vote for Kamala. Does that mean that we'll get something next time? Makes no sense. We ain't falling for it. Y'all can try. Shout out to my homie Shantae Hughes. It don't make sense. That makes absolutely no sense. And we ain't falling for it, especially the grassroots movement. I love it. I love that we are on code. And if you notice, the heat index on this is real high because they have to talk about this. Our grassroots movement is making them talk about policies for black folks. So we're making progress, because just, I think, starting 8 years ago, I want to say, they started saying, hey, are black folks going to get reparations? And you heard the last term, they're asking Joe Biden about it. They asked Kamala about it, but now the pressure is on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, it's real, and it's real in the field, and it is what it is. Gone are the days of we're listening to Al Sharpton, Steve Harvey, and all these other Sambos out here, Plies, D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley, and I love Ricky Smiley, but we got to put all them Negroes away because we can't listen to them. We're listening to ourselves, and we're not listening to them because they bought and paid for it. Steve Harvey sat on that stage and told, with Kamala right there, that we don't need anything. We got to vote. That don't make no sense. So thumbs down to Steve Harvey. Let's man, that really it will really hurt your spirit watching that, because you're seeing a grown man. But honestly, folks his age, I think he's a baby. Yeah, he's a baby boomer. Those Negroes are tired anyway, man. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Those Negroes are tired. But anyway, speaking of that, let's talk about Michael Rubin having to apologize to the black community. Did y'all see that? Now, I'm not going to play a clip of that because my last episode, I played some stuff from the Breakfast Club, and I couldn't make no money off of that video. It got demonetized from that one because iHeartRadio or iHeartMedia. But anyway, if you haven't seen it, Michael Rubin was on the Breakfast Club last week, I think, earlier last week, and he was talking to Charlamagne and Envy and Lauren LaRosa, and was talking about, Meek Mill getting clowned by black folks because, of the bunny hopping and all that other stuff. And Michael Rubin, he looks like he buck breaks dudes. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like, you see him, he's the white billionaire that's always having the all white parties and stuff like that, hugging up on Lil Baby, always having to touch people, touch black men. That's all I see him be touching. And he was even at the Olympics. He was sitting by Quavo, and every time LeBron or Steph Curry or Kevin Durant scored, he had to touch them. He's very hands-on hugging it anyway. So Michael Rubin basically said, like, I don't know why black people hate on other black people. Now this is a white Jewish man. I don't know if he's Jewish, but let's just say for the sake of this, he's just a white man. This is a white man that said that black folks hate on each other. He doesn't like see the black on black hate. We hold each other down, all this other stuff. Now, is there anything wrong with what he said? Or was he telling a lie that we do hate on each other? Absolutely. Yeah, we hate on each other, just like Asians can hate on each other. White people can hate on each other, whatever, right? But we do have a crabs in the bucket mentality. We do. It wasn't his place to tell us that, though. I'm like, sir, your community, your race group has a system called white supremacy that makes us have a crab in the buckets mentality. Your race group is the religion of white supremacy. And you have a system in place to deprive us of resources, not have education, proper education, no money, putting us in impoverished communities. Your race is the reason that we have that black hate on hate that you're talking about. So you're not eligible to even talk about that unless you're going to do something to change. Unless you're going to do something to change it up. Now, some folks, and shout out DJ PM, he was like, man, that man has done stuff for the community, for the black community. I'm like, okay, are we talking about police reform? The only reason that man did that police reform is because Meek Mill was his friend, and Meek Mill was in a tight situation. And black people, does that help black people out? Yeah, but it indirectly helps black folks because you help your friend. Like, if say I got a friend that he's struggling for money, right? He owes a lot of people some money. I provide him that money. That money is paid back, and it benefits the people that he paid back. You know what I'm saying? That helps feed their families and all that. But I didn't do that for them. I did that to help my homie out. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody benefits from me giving my homie some money, it is what it is. But until he could, because if you're a billionaire, you can make racism or help make racism change overnight. But it wasn't his place to say that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know Envy and Charlamagne and different people would, he didn't say nothing wrong, though. His race group created the system to make us like that. So that's like me designing a very, very hard video game, knowing that you can't beat that video game and giving it to you. And I'm laughing at you that you can't beat it. And I criticize you. Maybe if you could stop being on it so long or learn the strategies and all. And I'm condemning. I know that I designed it to where you can't win. Even if you really, really want to, I designed that video game so you cannot win it, right? The video games are supposed to challenge people, but also supposed to be enjoyable. But if I make it super hard to where I know you can't beat it, like an old Nintendo game, like that Ninja Turtles Nintendo game from back in the day, if I do that, I know that I can't jump in and criticize you for not being able to beat it. So that's how I feel about that. Y'all let me know in the comments what you feel. If you have not already, hit that like button. If you're on Facebook right now, hit that like button. We're having a great discussion right now. Shout out to all my people on Instagram. Join in on the discussion. Now, speaking of white folks going at black folks, or talking about black folks rather, did y'all see DJ Vlad getting into it with Marlon Wayans? Did y'all see that? Now, let me tell y'all the premise of how all this happened. So Vlad had a situation to where who was it? He was talking to Aries Spears. That's a regular guest on the show. And out of nowhere, he says, hey, I tried to get Marlon Wayans to book an interview with me, but he charged me a crazy price. The price was $40,000. And plus, I think 4% of the earnings or the video earnings or something like that. Was it that or 30%? I forgot. It's a percentage of the viewership as well. So he wanted $40,000 and a percentage of the views. Vlad thought it was ridiculous. Now, be that as it may, I mean, in Vlad's reason, it was because, okay, Marlon, look at your interviews. Your interviews are like 300,000. That's not enough YouTube revenue for me to even pay you that, because I'm not going to get my back end back. I give you $40,000. I'm not going to get my money back, and we're not going to make that much money for me to pay you that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Maya. You said yes, and Vlad Mess had me a little over it. I think maybe even Marlon gave him that price to say no. Yeah, and that's the thing. Vlad feels like Marlon gave him that price as a FU. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Vlad took the liberty to talk about it with another black comedian, Aries Spears, and they were chiming in about it. And then it got to Twitter. And rightfully so, Marlon had called him out, and I'm not going to read every single thing, but let me see. Was this the original one? Marlon said, I see why you don't show your face as ugly. That ugly ass beard don't look real, blah, blah, blah. So Marlon had a whole wrath of just going in on Vlad. Now, this is something that was funny that Vlad said that sticks out. Vlad said, Marlon Wayans, I'm sorry that you don't find me attractive, because Marlon was going in. He had like 20 tweets talking about Vlad's beard. Vlad is ugly, da 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 da. So he said, fortunately for both of us, I'm heterosexual. Between your recent gay photo shoot and your claim to fame dressing up as a woman, this will be the perfect time to fully come out the closet. Coming out as gay in 2024 will surely revive your declining acting career. And since I turned down your $40,000 offer for an interview, I'm pretty sure you can get that amount for your first gay porn scene. Marlon Gayans will be an awesome porn name. Now, first off, Vlad, that's not Marlon's claim to fame wearing women's clothes, wearing a dress. He did that in the White Chicks. That man had a full career way before that, right? The Wayans family is legendary and all that, right? But the other thing I wanted to point out was, like, he was talking about his sexuality. Now, Marlon Wayans did have a gay photo shoot. You know, I mean, it was for Pride. And I think he went overboard. I think I talked about that on the show, did I not? But, you know, to support his transgender child, I'll just say child. And but Vlad bringing that up and talking about heterosexual stuff and gay stuff or whatever, calling him Marlon Gayans. Marlon responded to that, and he was just basically, oh, so now you're racist, saying you're homophobic, and da 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 da. My thing is this: why isn't Vlad in hot water for saying that from the LGBT community? Because let's say the roles were reversed and Marlon Wayans said that to Vlad. Would the LGBT have a problem with a black man saying that over Vlad? How come Vlad, now to take, you know, to play devil's advocate, Vlad always is in something. I think that he does this for engagement. He goes viral like once a month, and people call him racist at least once a month. I think the last time this happened was it y'all remember he was doing the Karen stuff when he tried to get that black female professor from, was it Harvard? I forgot what college that was, but tried to get her fired because he didn't like what she said about staying out of black folks' business because of the Kendrick Lamar thing. So yeah, Vlad, how come he's not? Because black folks always say cancel Vlad, right? But how come the LGBT community isn't calling Vlad out about that? That's what stuck out to me. Now I know those were jokes and he was going back and forth with them. And you know, if Marlins roasted him, he felt like, and I ain't gonna lie, what Vlad said was funny. I can't lie about that. I can't. He said Marlon Gayans should be the title. That was funny. But how come he's not condemned? The LGBT community should be outraged and be on his platform. You know what I'm saying? They should be going crazy over him because I guarantee you, if Marlon Wayans said that, all hell would have broke loose. And Marlon be supporting the LGBT. The LGBT should have got behind Marlon Wayans and called out Vlad because that's who can really quote unquote cancel you. Because that was homophobic of what Vlad said, right? Isn't that what it is? So that's why I say it's a lot of fake outrage out here and it's racism even within that community. Shout out to Jalitha. You said because the B in LGBTQ stands for bi and not black. But my thing is that man said that to him, meaning, I mean, he's calling him gay and using it in a derogatory term. So that would mean, or a derogatory way. So it's like, shouldn't Vlad be, the LGBT community be outraged against Vlad? You know, you said, I feel like most times they choose their sexuality over their nationality or race first. Right, which in this case, they should be mad at Vlad because Vlad is going at Marlon Wayans, calling him gay, calling him a derogatory term. Yep, look at the baby. The baby wasn't even talking directly to the LGBT community, right? Vlad made fun of an LGBTQ photo shoot. When Marlon Wayans had the rainbow and all that, he did that as symbolism to stand up for his transgender child, because I don't want to get confused. Transgender child. He made fun of that. So yeah, the baby, all he did was say, hey, y'all shouldn't be sucking dick in the parking lot and all this stuff. And they got outraged and wanted to cancel him. So isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? How come the LGBT community isn't outraged with Vlad? I just want to know that. I'm just asking. Y'all LGBT, where y'all at? Where y'all at, bro? And so then that goes slide for a straight black man. Exactly, Jalitha. And that's what it is. Feel free to comment, LGBT. I want to know, because that's some BS right there. We've seen the baby get canceled. We've seen y'all got mad at Kevin Hart. The list goes on. But how come you're not outraged at this at this white Russian man? Is it because he's Jewish? Is it because he's Jewish? Why aren't you outraged at his platform? Selective outrage for sure. But yeah, I'm just asking for a friend. But anyway, yeah, so that whole thing, my whole thing with Vlad too is that Marlon Wayans, that was a FU to you, Vlad. But guess what? That doesn't mean that you put his business out there like that. Because I'm a DJ and I have a set price for how much I pay people. Well, it's not a set. I talk about, excuse me, y'all. I ask details and I want to know, okay, the venue, the date, the time, what type of event is it? And that determines my set price for your event. If I give you that price, you can either accept it or not. But what you shouldn't do is get mad at my price. I don't care if it's a FU or not, but then you go to the internet and say, oh, Jay Red charges too much and da-da-da-da-da. No. And especially what I don't like about Vlad is that he did it with other black people. And he's still talking about it because he brought it up with DL Hughley. I don't care if you felt disrespected or not. Why are you putting that man's business out there like that? You know what I'm saying? That will make people not want to do business with you. That's his price. Is he worth $40,000 for the interview? I guess not. According to you, it is what it is. But if my price is my price, you shouldn't hate on that and get mad at me, not unless I do anything foul to you, where I publicly said something about you that you didn't like or vice versa. So, you know, it is what it is with that. So, Vlad, thumbs down to him. But LGBTQ, y'all not out the hook. I just want to know. Let me know in the comments because y'all will comment a little later. All right, so let's move into some music. All right. Sexy Red cancels multiple shows. I want y'all to read that right there. What does that say? The last sentence right there. What does that say? Red was right. Oh, yes. All you Sexy Red, y'all not even fans because she don't really have a fan base like that. And this tour being canceled, tour dates being canceled shows that. If you remember, last month or a couple of months ago, I was talking about that. It was a report that came out that said that Sexy Red only sold like 40% of her tickets, and her tour was on the verge of being canceled. And guess what happened? Some of her tour dates ended up getting canceled, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got the article right here. Give me just a second. All right, so yeah. Here it is, plain as day, and I knew this was going to happen because I pay attention to the data. Sexy Red discreetly cancels multiple tour stops. Y'all see that? So it says just about a month ago, reports came out that Red had been, and that's Sexy Red, not J Red, had been suffering from low ticket sales. All right. So it says the presence of hip hop very strong. Her presence in hip hop is very strong, but it's taking a hit right now. According to some digging by the Jasmine brand, the STL MC is already having to cancel a handful of her shows for her second headlining tour. Now, I don't know what her first headliner tour was. Of course, it had to be small, but August 22nd in Seattle at the WAMU Theater, Portland, Oakland. The only one that's supposed to happen right now is the one at State Farm Arena, and that's supposed to be this Saturday on the 24th. But some fans are upset and stuff like that. It says, bitch, I'm trying so hard not to cure Sexy Red. Why is Ho cancel her show out here? Why would you cancel the show in Oakland? What the F? I'll tell you why she canceled it. Because y'all didn't buy the tickets. You didn't buy the tickets. And that's because she don't have a real fan base. She does not have a real fan base. And what you said, y'all was right. They choosing the wrong locations. Yeah. See, this is the thing. Just because she has hit records, just because she got the Drake co-sign, which isn't that much right now for obvious reasons, but just because she got the streaming and all that, I told you to pay attention to her first week record sales. Sexy Red, the In Sexy We Trust album, sold like 27,000 units, equivalent album units the first week. Now, for today's standards, that's low. Back then, if you sold that much, your record label would drop you, but it's a little different nowadays because they could make money other ways besides that. But I told DJ PM, he told me that it didn't matter because she does shows and all this. I'm like, yeah, if it's a festival and she comes out and performs, and I done already paid $200, $300, $400 to see other acts, and Sexy Red with a hot single, what's it, Ski Yee, and Get It Sexy, is she performing? Hell yeah, why not? I already done paid for it. I didn't pay to see her, but she's already on the bill, just like One Music Fest. One Music Fest is 2 nights, and they got multiple artists, multiple acts. Last year I went. Did I pay to see Trina? No. Did I pay to see Yo-Yo? No. Lady of Rage? No. But since they were there, I went on ahead and watched them. That's what I paid for. I paid to see Kendrick Lamar. I paid to see T-Pain. But they were a part of the package, and I was already out there all day. So why not see them? That's the equivalent to Sexy Red. But you can't sell 20-something thousand the first week and expect to go on a full-fledged tour and arenas. Why would you do that? Her team set her up for failure. 20,000 the first week? Now, I know people like to say record sales don't matter, but they still are a measuring point to see what you could do at the end of the day. And you talking about House of Blues. Jalitha, I don't even think she could do House of Blues. You said add some new heavy hitters like Bossman. She had Honcho. And added him, but I'm like, that ain't strong enough. See, if Sexy Red would go on tour with Megan, Cardi, JT, that could help. It would have to be, see, if JT, Sexy Red, and Lotto went on tour, possibly they could do some arenas. But Sexy Red with Honcho, Sexy Red with these newer rappers, no. I don't even think House of Blues. Because think about this. The reason I say Sexy Red don't have a real fan base is because she's a parody act, pretty much. When you look at it, she's performative. People like listening to the music to get them riled up and get them lit, but obviously they're not buying into her album. They're not trying to line up and listen to her album. And you got to think, would they pay if these artists like Lil Baby had to cancel their tours and concerts, and Moneybagg Yo had to cancel some shows, and they sell way more records than Sexy Red, right? Jennifer Lopez just had to cancel her tour. Justin Timberlake, I don't think his tour is canceled, but he has a lot of low ticket sales. Why in the world would somebody want to spend $100 to $200 to go see Sexy Red? That means that you have to buy the ticket with the extra fees and all that. You have to drive and park somewhere that's going to be $50, go in there and watch her perform. How many people are going to be doing that in large bulk? How many people are going to be doing that in large bulk? Oh, we getting there. Maestro, we getting there. It's coming. But that's not possible. And I told folks this. It's like but the stuff that she does, her antics, like that lip gloss line I'll be talking about, that type of stuff doesn't translate into people buying into you. Yeah, you could have hit records, but just because you have hit records, the sales matter and what you do matter. A lot of people look at her as a performative, buck dancing Jezebel. You know what I'm saying? She plays into that ratchet stuff, but she's not ladylike. Women don't really buy into Sexy Red like that. And this tour is showing you what I'm talking about. I think they like her. They like some of her antics and all this stuff, but she is performative versus Megan, for example. Like when women listen to Megan, they feel female empowerment. Now, I've been very critical of Megan, but I'm not naive to say that she doesn't have a movement. Hot Girl Summer is a movement. That's why she could snag Glorilla, and Megan ain't no high seller either, but she can snag Glorilla, and they can go and do a bunch of tour dates and do arenas because you feel that women empowerment from her. But when you talk about Sexy Red, somebody that don't even look like a star that shouldn't even be here, and you know she's being shoved down our throats. Come on, man. I hope nobody didn't see. I hope nobody thought that she was going to be selling out arenas. Now, I think that she could do a tour for sure. It would have to be way smaller venues. Like if she came to Atlanta, I think she could do the highest that she could do is the Coca-Cola Roxy. I don't even think she could do that. I think she could do center stage. If you look at Lotto don't be trying to do no arenas by herself. No, they track the data. They can say we got hit records here, hit records there. But look at her album sales. If she ain't cracking 100K, why the hell would we go and do some tours that are in arenas? State Farm Arena? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You said them rappers born with no stage presence. I wouldn't pay to see none of the rappers you name. Exactly. That's another thing. Folks ain't finna be spending a bunch of money, especially after we still trying to recover from the pandemic and all this inflation. Ain't nobody about to spend $200 to $300, $400 on these rappers that are just gonna get on stage and lip sync. Ain't nobody about to do that, especially for a damn Sexy Red. And you got to think what type of environment. She could do club dates, club venues for sure. But when you're talking about theaters, arenas, nah. Yeah, Future, unless he with Metro. Yeah, Future, him and Metro doing pretty good right now. But I told you. I don't care how many hit records she has. I've been covering Sexy Red for like a couple of years now. I didn't think she was gonna last this long, to be honest, but she's riding it out. But speaking of her making missteps, look at this. Did y'all see the nasty lipstick line she has, or a lip gloss line, I should say? Did y'all see that? Let me show y'all something real quick. All right. So Sexy Red, now she's been talking about this for a minute, but it actually came into fruition. I guess her team decided to go ahead and capitalize. So introducing Northside Princess, the brand, and my first product will be my lip gloss. I'm so excited. Now look at the names. Let me read the names of this lip gloss that she has. The first one is Coochie Juice. The next one is Booty Hole Brown. The next one is Nut. The next one is Pussy Hole Pink. Then it gets real nasty. She got Yellow Discharge. She has Gonorrhea. Blue balls and sex on my period. Blue balls and sex on my period, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. You read it right. So that's the perfect example of trolling gone wrong. See, if Sexy Red just would have had a lip gloss called Sexy Red and had different shades of red, nothing wrong with that. I'm not even saying there's a problem at all with sexual products like lip gloss. They have other brands with that. But when you start talking about discharge, yellow, what woman gonna want to walk around? I don't care how ratchet she is. Nobody want to walk around with a STD on their lip, a name, a lip gloss with a name of an STD on my gonorrhea. That's supposed to, like, I wish a woman would come up to me and I said, what kind of lip gloss you got on? Even I wouldn't ask that. Yeah, this called gonorrhea. It's from Sexy Red. What? So let me tell you, man, that ain't finna be successful. I hate to rain on people's parade. That's trolling gone wrong. Now, she could have just, it's not like she couldn't do it, but those names, ain't nobody about to walk around with that on their lip. Come on, man. Pussy hole pink, booty hole brown. Really? It's filthy. It's not sexual. That is disgusting. It is filthy. It is filthy. You said, fellas, if your girl buy yellow discharge, leave. Yes, hard no personally. Like I said, the only people that may buy it might be influencers that'll get on and try it out. But ain't nobody about to buy. I wish I would give you that. Jalitha, if I got you that for your birthday or Christmas, I'd be like, here you go. And it's some Sexy Red and it says gonorrhea. What would you do? You look. What would you do if I got you some lip gloss that said booty hole brown? What would you do? Like, it's ridiculous, but it's antics like that that will make people not want to buy tickets to your concert because of antics like that. That's one of the big problems. That trolling, people can't relate to that. We know what's being put in our face and shoved down our throat, and Sexy Red is one of them. Now, does she make some catchy songs? Yeah, but she should just focus on that. She should focus on that and stop all this trolling, man. That's a waste of time. I hope she didn't order that in large bulk because she'll sell a couple. She ain't nobody finna walk around with that. Now, if she wanted to say pussy pink, cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a problem, right? But all those different names, yellow discharge, come on. You said, I think you hate me. Exactly. Maya said that's why, because most of people who consume music aren't mature like that as in their adolescence. Yeah, exactly. And those people damn sure ain't finna buy no concert tickets. Those folks ain't finna buy no concert tickets at all. But yeah, antics gone wrong. And speaking of female rappers, the sales are trash with the female rappers. Let me show y'all. Let me see if I got that. Yeah, let me show y'all this, man. And I've been talking about this for the longest. I was just talking about Sexy Red's first week sales, and this proves my point. Now look at this. All right, this is the biggest from Hip Hop All Day. These are the biggest first week sales for female rap projects released in the last year. Excuse me. Now the highest on the list, of course, is Pink Friday 2, Nicki Minaj. Next one, you got Doja Cat, 72,000 the first week. Megan Thee Stallion, 64,000 the first week. Glorilla, 33,000 the first week. Oh, it gets worse. Lotto, she just put out a project. Sugar Honey Iced Tea, 29,000 the first week. Ice Spice, Y2K, that's 28,000 the first week. Oh, it's getting ugly. Sexy Red, 27K the first week. JT, Cinderella, JT, she got 26K the first week. And this one right here hurt my heart because that's a fellow Mobile native. I love Flo Milli. I think Flo Milli got better bars than everybody I just named, but her album sold 16,000 the first week. Sad. I brought that up to say is that why, and I've asked this question, why do people not buy female albums, female rap albums? How come the streams aren't there for the female rap albums? The singles are there, but why do you think that people aren't buying into that, right? My answer is because of the content. These females ain't talking about nothing but hypersexual shit for the most part. They try and Flo Milli. Yeah. Flo Milli can really rap, man. She's from Mobile, Alabama. I know I'm biased when it comes to her, but she can really rap, and her album was pretty decent. But you know, Lotto can really rap too. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of their stuff is very sexual. Megan Thee Stallion has very limited subject matter. I don't even know what the hell Ice Spice rap about, but Doja Cat, I think Doja Cat rap about some other stuff, but you see Doja Cat is higher on the list than everybody else because I want to say Doja Cat has more content than everybody else, right? Besides Nicki. Nicki is the queen, you know, so she don't count in this situation. But these females don't have great content. Like, they're cool to listen to, but even their fans aren't finna buy them. Now, to be fair, female rappers have historically sold far less than male rappers because right now, like NBA Youngboy, that boy be putting up numbers all the time on the charts. You know what I'm saying? Like, he be selling hundreds of thousands of records and he ain't got no hit on the radio. But they'll say the females are running the game, but it's like, are they really running the game? Are they really running the game? Because the same rappers that don't have hits, they come out and we buy into it. But somebody gave the perfect analogy not too long ago. They said that female rap is pretty much the WNBA, comparable to the WNBA. Like, do people watch the WNBA? Yes. But does the WNBA get viewership like the NBA? Hell no. Because if they did, those girls would be getting $1 million plus contracts. They don't be getting that. Now, from endorsements and stuff like that, that works. But there ain't no female WNBA player about to get a LeBron contract. Hell, even the lowest money maker on the NBA roster got a bigger contract than these female rappers. You know, you said you don't know if that's the reason. I feel that way is, oh, okay, yeah, you talking about that. Now, you said the pussy rap queen is at the top of the list, but she has a lot of content, though. She has a lot of content. Nicki has a lot more content than everybody else. I'll tell you that. So you said songs get popular on TikTok for sound bites only, and then they gain popularity for those sound bites. But when it comes to sales power, them kids can't support like adult fans. That's true. That's true. You know, now adults like to listen to sex, you know, that, the sex and all this other stuff. But we're, like I said, like, who besides Megan Thee Stallion, because she just had a successful tour, but who in large bulk is finna go check out JT, Sexy Red, Lotto in large bulk? Do they have fans? Yes, but do they have a strong fan base? And what helped Megan out too is the Tory Lanez thing. Let's keep it a buck. She went with the whole protect black woman narrative, and that ended up working in her favor. That got her on Gayle King, so that exposed her to a different demographic, and a lot of people like her for sympathy and empathy versus her talent. I've been saying that for the longest. You said it's because men don't support female rappers like women support male rappers. Ooh, that you set a bar. Okay, you set a bar. But why don't women support female rappers? Why don't the women? Because I get told if I don't like a Megan Thee Stallion song, well, she didn't make that for you. She made it for women. So there are more females, period, on the globe. There are more females on the earth than males, right? So why don't the females support it? That's what I want to talk about. I know the males ain't finna listen to it, because am I gonna go buy a Megan Thee Stallion album? No, I'm not gonna buy that. I bought Eve album. I bought Nicki Minaj. I bought her first album. You know what I'm saying? I would buy Lauryn Hill album. Like, I love female R&B albums. I bought those. Who? Mariah Carey? Where's she at? Y'all see Mariah Carey right up here. I got Mariah Carey albums. I got a bunch of vinyl from Aaliyah and different people like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be quick more to buy female R&B albums than female like rap albums. Now, I had Lil Kim's hardcore. I select a few, but am I running to the store to go get a female rap album? Nah. You said don't get canceled, bro. They don't want to take accountability. Exactly. Also, women get so mad at the WNBA not making a lot of money or as much money as the NBA, but you don't see a large female. It's more males that support the WNBA than females do. It's more males who support the NBA, the WNBA, more than females do. So why don't the females support like y'all should? You got to look at their demographic, and if the demographic got money. It ain't just that. No, it's females, because Megan touches women from 50 all the way down. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. There's a reason why females don't buy into it. But females, how do you think Nelly went diamond? How do you think Nelly went diamond? Hold on, y'all. Hey, what's up, bro? I'm live right now on the show. I'm gonna hit you right back. All right. My bad, y'all. That was a business call. but yeah, the females don't support that, right? How do you think Nelly ended up going diamond? How do you think he went diamond? Do you think it was, I mean, it was men too, but a lot of females bought into that. A lot of females buy into those male rappers. So how come the same can't be said with buying into female rappers if you support them so much? Yep, I'm one of them. Season tickets to Atlanta Dream. None of my female friends go to the games unless I take them. Bars. I know somebody else. One of my frat brothers said the same thing. He be going to those games. Those females don't be want to go to that. But invite them to an Atlanta Hawks game. They're going to be there without question. So why don't females support female rap? How come females don't have them in large numbers, since y'all listen to them the most and it's not for the men? Female empowerment, women empowerment, sexual liberation, all that other stuff. But when it comes to themselves, y'all don't do that. And the streaming, I'm not saying you got to actually buy the album, but the streams are supposed to help equate into album sales. So y'all not streaming that shit enough. It is what it is. I had a young lady try to argue me down about Sexy Red earlier today and was talking about, she was like saying some dumb stuff like, oh, how do you know her tour dates got canceled because low ticket sales? I'm like, duh, like the chart data is out there. She was going against the grain, trying to act like I was wrong. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of arguing with me, why don't you go support her tour? Have you bought a ticket yet? Okay, then shut up. Why don't you go help her out? We're over here commenting on somebody who has low ticket sales, and you over here arguing with me. You need to be going to Ticketmaster instead of talking to me. Go to Ticketmaster and support. Take it out on them. Do they buy tickets to the Hawks games? Females? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Females will take you out on a date to a Hawks game. Trust me. The same reason you don't listen to them. They ain't making music grown women listen to for real. And to be fair, I don't attend any sports events unless I'm forced. I know females who will attend Falcons games, Saints games, who will travel out of Mobile, Maya, to go see professional sports for males. You don't ever hear nobody say, I'm finna drive to Atlanta to go to a Dreams game. You don't ever hear that. I do think the folks who argue with you about sales just want to argue. Yeah, they do. They do. And I give it to them sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. But yeah, that's a perfect question for the female audience. Now, let me move on to this. Let's talk about Hurricane Chris. Now, Hurricane Chris has some words for 50 Cent. And 50 Cent, of course, clowned him back. But Hurricane Chris is basically upset that 50 is in not Baton Rouge. He's in Shreveport. He's in Shreveport, Louisiana. And y'all know he had like Love and Harmony. He had something like that, like a big, he has G-Unit Studios there. And that's basically like another version of Tyler Perry Studios. 50 Cent is big with that. And Hurricane Chris didn't take too kindly from it. I'm gonna play y'all what he said. Give me a second. Let me share this with y'all. In just a second. Now, Wi-Fi tripping a little bit. Let me see if this plays. All right. Uh-oh, why ain't playing? Why does this not want to play right now? I tried to refresh it. But the headline says Hurricane Chris calls out 50 Cent for not booking New Orleans rap acts to perform at his Humor and Harmony Festival despite his harsh criticism. New Orleans legend Master P, rising New Orleans rappers Big Fella Zill and Flame Fari, as well as Fredo Bang performed at the festival. Okay, here you go. Fair use, of course, and don't mind the profanity.
It's a part of hip hop. You throw a motherfucking concert in Louisiana and don't book no Louisiana legends and put no bankroll.
This is going low. The Wi-Fi really tripping right now. But yeah, basically, man, because I ain't finna wait all day for this.
In no Louisiana legends pocket, but you pay the police.
He tripping. But yeah, Hurricane Chris called out 50 Cent, saying you didn't have anybody from Louisiana supporting local artists and stuff like that. 50 Cent responded to him. And my thing is this, man. Instead of hating on 50 Cent, because he actually did have some people from Louisiana, right? Instead of hating on 50 Cent, why, if he's bringing all that money and attention to Shreveport, why don't you try to do business with him? You could have reached out to him and said, hey, man, you know, I'm from the state. I got these artists I want to put on. I want to get put on. Maybe you could have did a concert around the same time. Maybe you could have booked a club appearance, a party. You could throw your own party. It's different ways than to just hate on him, because 50 Cent he's bringing in millions of dollars to Shreveport, to the whole state, but Shreveport. G Unit Studios in Shreveport, Louisiana is about to make an economic boom there, because the films are going to be shot there. TV shows are going to be shot there, which means more businesses will be able to open and more people are going to spend money within Shreveport, because if you're flying people from out of town or people traveling, they're going to spend money into that community. So you could have built your weight up, Hurricane Chris, instead of hating on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand when we do that to each other. You're not thinking clearly, because sounds like you wanted some money. So there's nothing wrong with trying to get some money, but that's the wrong way to do it. Hurricane Chris could have really played that right, but saying he ain't doing nothing, you taking advantage of Louisiana culture and all this other stuff. No, if anything, he's bringing money into that city, which will translate to money to the state. You know. So yeah, I think that was a hater move, hater talk. Like, for example, if I know somebody built some studios down in Mobile, Alabama, I would be thinking of, okay, what could I sell, or how could I tie my company into that? How could I get a piece of that money that's coming down there? Instead of, like, now it's a difference if they came and was using our city and wasn't giving back to the city or something like that. That's different. But like, I would be thinking of a way that I could come up off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, get one of these little niggas to sell my t-shirts or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could open up a restaurant. You could do whatever. That's money that's going to be flowing into that city, your hometown or whatever. So why not? Why hate on that? I would be booking parties, after party. Hey, they got a G Unit comedy festival or festival there. I got an after party at this club by Hurricane Chris. People will pull up, but instead you take to the internet, call out 50 Cent, not knowing what you're talking about, because he did have Louisiana artists perform, and you look foolish. Fact, should have thought long-term before he spoke. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Because 50 Cent ain't exploiting them. You really could have thought him put some money in your pocket, bro. For real. But yeah, man, had to cover that. Shout out to everybody who joined me in the room today. All my people who are on Instagram, all my people on YouTube. We had a great discussion. And make sure, if you have not already, that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/ResView. Everybody on YouTube, hit that like button. Go ahead and tell them, Maya, hit that like button. Hit the share button as well. If you're on Facebook, if you watch this on Facebook, if you're watching it now, watching it later, hit that share button and share the link. That is YouTube as well, on YouTube. What you say? Always got to play the long game. Exactly. Shout out to Jalitha. Shout out to everybody who joined, and for the people who will be seeing this on the replay, shout out to my replay gang. And man, yeah, if you have not already, what are you doing? Follow me on social media platforms. It's at JAYR3D. Hopefully everybody, yep, thank you, sir. You said, see you next time. Great show as always. Thank you. I'm so honored to have everybody show up with me each and every week. We have the room popping. We have the show popping, and it's going to continue to grow. Got some more stuff. I got some more music on the way. Got a lot of stuff I'm working on. So y'all get in tune with me, get hit with me. It's about to go down. So follow me at JAYR3D, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.